Hello.
Very much. And yeah, see you in Amsterdam probably.
Yeah, we will
as
see
well.
each other now. Huh? Let's go for in this big adventure. We will see.
Exactly. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. First video of the year of content, and we're jumping straight in with Belgium. The national final is on Saturday. I unfortunately can't be there. I'm not in Belgium this weekend. I will be in Dublin next weekend for the Irish national final, so we'll see how my hunches on that play out. But first and foremost, we're here to focus on the Belgian national final. There is so much hype around this final. Belgium shot to the top of the odds after the second heat, which was pre-recorded in December. I attended the first heat. I found the quality of songs very good, apart from one, which I'll explain. And I get the impression that the second heat, I wasn't there, I've seen the clips, I get the impression that there's a lot of excitement from the second heat. So, with that in mind, I am going to jump over to the Belgian national final to see who we have. We have 8 artists. They are all Belgian, from the Flemish broadcaster this year, and they will compete in the national final, unlike the French speaking broadcaster in Belgium. So we've heard them sing in their showcases live vocals. We shouldn't prejudge what kind of staging, what kind of amplification these songs can have. So bear that in mind as we go forward. I'm going to go in the order that I think best sums up where I am at this point with the Belgian national final. In the first heat, we had 4 songs. We had Grace with Pull Up. We had Lise with Perfectly Imperfect. We had Len with Air Balloon, and Le Manu via Papa. They were switched around. Sorry, Le Manu was 3rd. Len was 4th. In the second semi, I forget the order in the second semi, but we had Jelle van Dale with Monster. We had Mentisa Big Star with Désolé. We had Red Sebastian with Strobe Lights, which is creating a lot of waves in the fandom. And we had Stephanie Callebaut with Gloria. I'm going to very quickly run through them and give a little bit of context to each. So we started with Grace with Pull Up. Great upbeat number to start. Really love the Congolese elements being brought in there. The dance break, it's an up-tempo song. People are going to love it. It's going to be a great dance song for those in the Eurovision fandom that love that type of music. I think it's really good for that. Grace has a lot of potential. She's one of the youngest participants this year. She has talent in abundance. The song itself, this is not my type of music. It's a disco pick-me-up that everyone's gonna love. I will love it, I will dance to it, but it's not my type of music. So that opened the show. I really enjoyed it. And if it's not my type of music and I enjoyed it, that's a good sign. After Grace, we had Lise with Perfectly Imperfect. I've noticed a lot of people saying that the song is quite generic. I get that. I thought so until the post-chorus hit, and then I really enjoyed it. And Lisa's vocals are top notch. So, this is way down the rankings in in the Eurovision fandom, but I would like to give it a push because I think Lise is fantastic and deserves it. To at least be in with a shot of representing Belgium, not least because of her charisma, which you cannot see in that showcase. And I hope she can bring it to the stage in the final on Saturday. Oh God, change of month. I never know the dates. First of February. I hope she can bring that charisma that she brought to that heat and show people that this is someone that can represent Belgium really well. We also had Len with Air Balloon. Listen, Len's grandfather represented Belgium 60 or so years ago. The style of Len, the vocals are great. It's a deep kind of baritone almost vocal of Len. I feel where it lacks is the song. I don't think it has enough to really push boundaries in Eurovision. But all respect to Len, and I wish him all the best. I just don't think this is a competitive entry for Belgium. And also, he has some issues with diction. He's singing in English, and I think that's a struggle for him. And as a result, his diction suffers. And so slips of the tongue with words can happen, and that's not always the best thing when you have some words that can easily be misconstrued as something else. So I fear for the enunciation and the diction of Len. The final in the first heat is taking Eurovision fans by storm. It's Fia Papa by Le Manu. And this is where I come in and I say, Belgium, do not pick this song. Please, please do not pick this song. You have a sample. I have nothing against samples being used. That is completely within the rules. There's nothing wrong with that. But this sample is from Show Me Love, 1993. Big club banger. If you hear it, you recognize it straight away, and you're like, "What's that from?" It's from Show Me Love, 1993, and I find also that the whole setup going from that kind of backing 1993 club sound to this infantilized, childish approach is potentially not the best way to go about it. I find the lyrics repetitive, slightly annoying to my ear. Again, this is my taste. I'm obviously in the minority here. But I think this is a very bad choice for Belgium, and I really hope it is not selected. Again, nothing against Le Manu. The effort that's gone into this is clear. The final worry I have, because I was at the heat, vocals. Le Manu, out of the first four, was the one that struggled most with vocals and key. So I have a lot of concerns about that. So I think Le Manu is a poor choice for Belgium. Then we go to the second heat, the one everyone was talking about, to propel Belgium to the top of the odds. I have a couple of anecdotes from this. I wasn't there, so I can't say what happened. Um, let's start with the lesser talked about songs. Let's start with Jelle van Dale, or Dale, with Monster. Shane from Shane's Eurovision review compared that in some ways to Tattoo, and I get where he's coming from. I think it's different. I don't think it has the star power of Tattoo to kind of, and also I struggle to see how it would be cinematically equivalent to reach those heights of Tattoo only 2 years later after Tattoo 1. Having said that, I really like the song. And I think there's potential for Yella in the future. Maybe this year, because we don't know what Belgium's going to do. We never do. Then we will move on to the other less talked about artist, and that's Stephanie Calabou. I have to admit, this singer is an idol of mine. If you know the band SX and the song Gold, Stephanie is the lead singer on that. It's back in 2012, 2013. And the vocal tonality, incredible. Even in this song Gloria, that is, people are not paying much attention to. And I think it's partly production issues and kind of overriding vocals that sound a bit screechy at times. But I don't think that's her fault, because I've heard her live and before on other things, and I think it's just a factor of the production in that case, which will hopefully be fixed for the final. I actually think the song's beautiful. I really like it. Is it a winner of Eurovision? No. Could it qualify in? It's a kind of soft ballad. I see a similar fate to Hooverphonic. Without the juries, Hooverphonic would not have qualified in 2021. So that's kind of the benchmark. I would, yeah, I would be cautious about sending this, but it does not take away from my love for Stephanie, her vocal tones, her pure talent, and I really hope that in the showcase in the national final it comes through. Final two, Mentissa and Red Sebastian. Let's do Mentissa first. Mentissa had all the hype before, because Mentissa is a big star in Belgium. Sings mostly in French, if not exclusively. I have not come across Mentissa because I'm not tuned into Belgian radio that much and Belgian pop hits. But this song is, the more I listen to it, the more I kind of get it stuck in my head, which is a great thing. But in Eurovision, you need to hit first impression, bam. So in order for Mentissa to do something with this, I think there needs to be some bigger projections from Mentissa. The rhythm, the melody is great. The progression of the song is great. I just would like a little bit more climax to the song. But I mean, this is a great song, and who would doubt it with Mentissa? You know, she's also a judge on many talent shows in Belgium in singing. So all props and great song. Then we come to the song everyone's talking about, and what we don't know this, but we assume this is the song that propelled Belgium to number one in the odds. It's Red Sebastian, it's Strobe Lights. Red Sebastian has worked with Gustav for a long time. I feel like you can definitely see the influence there because Red Sebastian's classically trained. The song starts off quite slowly, but then you get this rhythmy beat that is really, really cool. The letdown for me is the chorus, because it's instrumental. I have nothing against instrumental chorus. I'm not a techno fan. So this is personal taste. I don't think it's a bad choice to send Ren Sebastian to Eurovision. I think he could do very well. But it's just, to me, it's almost like Sylvester Belt on steroids. Steroids, not steroids. Jesus. On speed. What's worse, steroids or speed? It's Sylvester Belt on speed, and I think there's a lot of personality there. There's a lot of charisma. The charisma that I noticed most. Yes, I'm biased because I saw some live and I saw some on the stage. Lise has abundance of charisma, and Red Sebastian showed clearly charisma. Mentissa was quite reserved, but did enough to show that she has it in her. La Manu was quite juvenile, and that's going to appeal to a lot of the younger fans. That's fine. It just doesn't appeal to me. So, with that said, let's do my list of where I sit at the minute. My number one is Red Sebastian, and it's, again, as I said, it's not my type of music. And this is a combination of personal taste and what I think is going to do Belgium proud. So Red Sebastian, number one. I am at a tie, and I know everyone's kind of come for me on this, but Mentissa and Lise are ties for me. Then I have a three-way tie almost between Grace, Yella, and Stephanie. Stephanie would have been up there if the song was better. Grace, I think, has a little bit more maturing to do, but the vocals are there, the talent is there, the Congolese dance moves, and elevating that into a dance break in Eurovision could be something special. So great. Yella, let's see how this comes together on stage. So let's put Yella slightly below Grace and Stephanie from my perspective. And then we come to the final. How many have I left? Two, I think. Did I miss anyone? No, I have just two. Len, diction aside, vocals are beautiful. I love the story. He is a great, humble guy, and he deserves the world, and I hope he comes back. I don't think this is his year. Le Manu, I fear that Belgium may put this through, and I think it's going to flop. I think if it goes through, it will flop. But I would be personally disappointed if this went through, because I think there are better options. And once again, nothing against Le Manu. I just feel like she has so much talent to match her register, her vocals, which are good in parts of the song, like later. So yeah, I would hope that she would come back with something a little bit less childish in the future. So sorry to all of those of you that love that song. I think it's dead in the water. I don't think it's going anywhere if it goes to Eurovision. And finally, out of these, who can qualify? I think Red Sebastian is a dead cert to qualify. It's going to be a Sylvester Belt scenario. Mentisa, I think, will qualify. Beyond that, it's a grey area. I think Grace has a chance. You never know. I think that can be elevated, that song, and with the dance break, the Congolese dance, the Congolese elements in the song, like in the instrumentals, I think that has a good chance. Yella, I really don't know. I don't know what will happen with that if it went. Lise, I think Lise's charisma will shock people as the season goes on, and that song is, some people call it generic, but that post-chorus elevates it to something beyond generic for me that could push it into the final. I have to look at the semi-final allocation draw again, because I don't know where Belgium sits in this. But yeah, I think it has potential to elevate. All of these songs can be revamped. Things can be improved. Look at what Gustav did in 2023. Look at what Bambi did last year. There's so much potential to revamp 4 or 5 of these songs to make them stand out in this crowded field of semifinals and get those televotes that they need. So fingers crossed for Belgium. If I was to bet, I would say Red Sebastian will go through. I'm not a betting man until the final, when I see after the pre-parties, the vocals and how things go. The advantage with Belgium is we've heard them vocally with a stripped back vocally. So we already have a hint. And Lisa's voice is incredible. Mentisa's voice is incredible. Red Sebastian is just another level. Stephanie, great voice, just needs to rein it in a little bit. Yella, amazing voice. Grace, I think there needs to be a little bit of improvement on the vocals, live vocals. Len, as I said, diction. Le Manu, I worry about vocal performance in live arenas. That is where I sit in the Belgian national final. I think there are so many songs that deserve to go through, and we are not going to know which deserves it until we see it on Saturday night in the live show. And Belgium being Belgium, the confusing country that it is, we could be in for a big surprise as to who's representing Belgium. You know, we saw the reaction to Gustav. What I would really implore on all Euro fans, Belgian especially, and others in the region, whoever is selected, and this goes for me as well with Le Manu, respect the choice of the Belgian public and trust in the process that it can be improved, and don't write off the opportunities for Belgium to qualify. And then let's see, with staging, with all the rest of the songs, we hardly have any, and we'll see what happens when we come to all the pre-parties and the stagings, the rehearsals, etc. It's going to be very exciting. Belgium has a good variety. Talking of a good variety, my next video, I'm going to be covering Eurosong in Ireland. That's a hard one to cover, and I have controversial opinions there too. I don't think any song is bad in Ireland this year, to put it bluntly. But I have opinions on what I think can do well and can be a good follow-up to Bambi. And it's not what you expect. So stay tuned for that. That will be hopefully up after the Belgian final is complete and we know who is representing Belgium. And early next week, I hope, latest by Monday, I will be uploading the Irish Eurosong artists and my thoughts. So voila for Eurosong, Belgium. And may the best contestant win. All right, so that's it for Belgium. And yeah, this was my first foray back into Eurovision after the tumult of last season. So go easy on me. Big hugs. Repeat. All the best. Love. Peace.